let's cut to the chase. All right, this is the New Orleans video. I know, it's been some time. There were so many things, so many factors, so many things. Art trip to continue, right? What I've learned there, right, was to originally be yourself. In New Orleans, you have to be yourself, right? I'm originally from there, so a lot of my concepts and work that's just second nature to me. I love my hometown, love my city, and I love everything that we did there. I had family members that came out. My family members, my dad and my sister, my brothers, my nieces, my nephew. Everybody came out, and I really appreciated that. That was good. It was showed me that you do have people in your corner. So one, that's another thing. New Orleans is very, very, very community based. So if you're not a part of a community, we are gonna know if you're not from New Orleans or not, right? We're gonna know. They're gonna know, right? So that's why it was so easier for me to go down there. The being yourself is key. The having fun. The having fun is the biggest major factor inside of the New Orleans side, right? So have fun. My biggest things to take away from there is um, I want to say it has something to do into the lines of the creativity, be creative, or don't put yourself inside of a box, especially when you're out there, right? Or in these art shows. In New Orleans, I've learned that more people or knowing who you know and right timing and things of it. It was an amazing show. I enjoyed the show. Everybody had a different art style. Let's put it like that. Uh, I I'm in love with how they do this thing in New Orleans. Embrace that we do down there, no matter what your style, what you do, and the openness that's out there. So if you're going to places like this, you have to be very open and open-minded to everything that is going on, right? Because there are burlesque shows and things of that sort. If you are not used to that, then I will recommend that you don't go into cities that are very open to those things, such as I think Atlanta is open to burlesque shows. New Orleans definitely. We're very centered in openness in that. But if we don't do it, we just don't do it. Being open with your art, your artwork and your art style, not being super judgmental on yourself or judging the other artists, right? Two, when you're setting up your station, there are going to be some type of artists or some type of sailors that are, you know, just different, right? Because there's people that feel it, like I said, in so many times, there's people that feel like art is a competition. And there's some people that's just literally there just to live their life and do their artwork like they want to do. And I'm one of those people and just live my life and do my artwork. But we had a person that was very competitive with their artwork, and just being aware of that type of situation, you got to understand what you can give, how much information you can give. Don't give too much, right? Only give enough to whereas you're able to come back to your stuff and you won't feel guilty if someone was to, let's say, take your idea, right? But of course, they're not going to do it the way you would do it, right? They would do it in a way that they feel like it's like that. That's what art is about. Art is the concept of taking things, right? Taking different parts and whatever you like, right? Because everything in art's already been done, or has been done in a likeness of. So when you create your art pieces or you create those things like that, you know, you give them the information about it, what you felt when you was in, well, give them information and how you were inspired by whatever you was inspired by, and you go from there, right? And they can sometimes they can feed off of that, encouraged by whatever. Um, Gosh, it's another one, right? Having a sales pitch. I always say have a sales pitch. When you have a sales pitch, especially with this, it comes with customer service. With the customer service aspect of things, of course it's fake. But like customer service, these people, they're here to buy your stuff, right? Minus the other vendors that may be some vendors that may be beefing with you because of some weird competition. Well, because of jealousy. Um, you can be the open person and go up to them and compliment them on their artwork and compliment them on those things right there, because I feel like with artists, right, we're so self-conscious with our artwork sometimes, and That's for some artists, right? We're so self-conscious with our artwork, and we feel like we might not be better than the next person or the person over. But if afterwards time and comfortability, understanding your style is your style and their style is their style, you'll be so much better in accepting or discoursing any type of bitterness or anger or anything of that realm or on that spectrum to whatever artist it may be. And I feel like, the art world can be vapid, but with more people like me and Morgan and sketchy art. Gosh, there's so many people. Like I'm trying to think. There's so many people I know that are artists that just love to do art and do art for art and not of a way of claim to fame, right? It's more of, oh, well, yeah, of course we all want to be some type of notoriety, notoriety, right? But we also love to do art only for we do art to help us, and then sometimes as us, we feel like we're helping you guys with seeing beautiful pieces of art or just something funny, something cute, something, whatever it may be, or something that's just interesting or intriguing. Art is made to be questioned. Art is made to be, to have you sit there and think about it. When you look at the pieces, like if you look up at my pieces right up here, right? Um, it may look like basic shapes to you in your eyes, right? Or it may look like basic shapes to me because when I did it, I just felt like it was just basic shapes. But just the color composition, what color is that orange is feeling making you feel, right? Is it a radiation of joy? Is it just mellow simplicity? Is it just vibrance? Is it energy? Is it all that stuff? Because the colors that play parts in it, right? Ooh, so much information I want to impart with you guys, but it's so many things I have to keep on the hush hush, right? Because you guys, I want this to go out not just to you guys. I want this to go out to other artists so they can feel comfortable with doing their art shows and artwork. Thing I want to say is to be able to buy some restock just in case, right? Always have extra money. Always have extra money because you never know. You might run across some art pieces that you like from other artists and you end up buying it. I'm very pro on supporting small businesses, right? And with that, well, it's like small businesses that are very progressive or small businesses that are, that brings you a piece of personality from that artist right there or a piece of the artist that's inside of that artwork. So when you go there and you just sit there and you're standing behind the desk and all that, and you're standing behind your stand and you're just being very sales motivated. When you get to that mindset, it literally passes by you, and you're always going to be on that same mindset every single time. And that's not what this is about. Art is about sharing and unification. I've said it in so many lives. I've said it in so many videos. I've said it in so many things, right? Art is unification. We are supposed to gather around and feel, breathe, move, or whatever you take from it, whatever you get from it. That is what art is about. Art is not of solidarity. Art is of unification. I think that's practically all. Okay, so you guys, y'all are awesome. Y'all are beautiful. I am going to leave you guys with a message, right? Faith is something that is usually acquired. When you give faith into something, right, it's constantly believing in something. And when you keep on believing in that aspect, nine times out of nine, it will come true. So just keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in your art style. You will reform it. Do your studies on certain things. Even join the lives, and I can show you a couple of things. And if you guys ask questions, I can literally stop whatever I'm doing in that live, and I can give a little small lesson afterwards. That's what I like doing. I like actually teaching. That's funny. I like actually imparting wisdom onto others. Just wanting to show nothing but love for you guys. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are beautiful. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are incredible. Y'all are all incredible. Whoever passes this video, y'all are all incredible. And you always remember that nobody's artwork is like yours, and you are the actual artist of your own life, and you're the artist of that painting right there. So whatever you bring to the table, someone will love it. Might not be you, but somebody's gonna love it. All right, you. All right. New Orleans is a blessing. The city, the culture, the movement. I needed it for a great sanity sake, and I love it. So I will keep you guys updated on my next art show. All right, you guys. Catch you later. Bye.